The feeling of racial pride is not new for many African Americans, but the resurgence of black awareness and pride, black men and women face new problems for many African Americans, not only in relation to white society, but to each other in a black society. Recently, there has been a stream of articles on this subject, and the Chicago Daily Defender, America's largest black newspaper, began a series some weeks ago on the emergence of the new black woman. Betty Washington, reporter for the paper, surveyed the Chicago scene to report on how black men and women believe the revolution in racial pride will affect them and their families, before the sociologists and experts tell us how we are supposed to react.
As a reporter for the Chicago Daily Defender, and as a black woman married to a black man, I become deeply aware of the effects of this new black revolution on the relationship between black man and black woman. I see it among my own friends, and I also see it in my home. But the most revealing and the most vocal statements about what the new black man expects from the new black woman came when I met with a group of young unmarried friends one Saturday afternoon.
I think that what's happening in America as far as black men, black women is concerned, is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as black men. No. But our black women, who has been put in this role of aiding white America, white structure, and castrating the black male, has continued doing this. She cannot live with us. It's not that we can't live with her.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming black America women. I just said that I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the black male.
Well, why do you say that we are castrating you? You say that you want to be the leaders. Okay, well, what about the black professional woman? Are you saying that there should be no black professional woman? Are you trying to deny black women the right to be creative, the right to function?
We're not asking for you to take a back seat. We're
said.
saying that you have got to be astute enough and can view the situation well enough where you just automatically know what your role is and step back. And whenever you want to have that aggressive thing, this is the thing that the young black man today is not going to tolerate. My old man tolerated it because his old man tolerated it. It came up for years and years and years. But today, the young black man is not going to take it. He's going to be out there as a leader.
White America has used black women to keep the black male in his place. And you're still aiding them by saying, well, we are qualified, we want to work, we can help.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility? And men that I have had dealings with, they are perfectly willing to sit back and let us do anything we want to.
I don't think that you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
No, you have to reprogram the man so that he will forcefully take what belongs to him, because you know women, as long as we can get, we're gonna get, and it's part of our being. We're going to do anything to you that you let us, whether we want to or not.
You don't want to live on the level of income that I can afford you and love me on the basis of that. You want to always be aspiring to have all those things that's a part of the great middle class white American society. And because I can't deliver these things to you, you say that you are not a man.
I don't measure a man by how much money he can bring home. I measure a man by how he treats me. Whether when I'm tired and I'm sick and I'm scared, he's there.
For these women, the men are there. But with the feeling of racial pride has come new conflicts and new problems. Across America, they meet to discuss what black awareness means to their families and to them as black women of today.
You know, there have been a lot of myths created about the black family. We all recognize that. And one of the most pernicious myths is the myth of the black matriarch, you know. And this whole concept, and I think this is one of the reasons that the black community reacted so negatively to the Moynihan report, because we know that that's not true.
It was not like
the black woman has not been a matriarch in the sense that it has been defined thus far. And thank God research, and I hope black research is being done now to reverse that kind of thing. In fact, the black woman has been a woman at the head of a household, not by choice, but by necessity. And more often, that's right, and more often than not, she is not a strong, matriarchal, aggressive, domineering figure. She is a woman in search of a man. But this story has not been told.
The prejudiced society created what we have now. So that's what we were. Okay, we have a revolution going on.
Well, what part of the revolution?
We're in an evolution. I think the revolution is yet to come.
Yeah, it's the
Well, this thing will
keep
say.
tossing the word revolution around lightly. Everybody.
Actress Val Ward performs the works of our Black poets and dramatists for her Black marriage. Val's husband, Francis Ward, talks of the struggles of the Black family in the past and the obstacles that lie ahead.
It's extremely important for Black history and culture to be transmitted from generation to generation. And the best way, the most effective way that this has always been done is through the family, acting as the primary unit of social organization. And I think one reason why it has not been done with Black people is because of the destruction done to our family life. So this certainly has to be one function of the Black marriage, to begin to reemphasize and to pick up the thread of Afro-American history and culture that has been left off generations ago when Africans were sold into slavery, when the family unit was purposely destroyed. Part of the obligation of being Black is to make absolutely certain that whoever has any kind of control or jurisdiction over your kid, is not bringing him into conflict with the kinds of things we teach. We try to instill in them here in the home.
Most middle-class homes quote
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. Shouts out to all of y'all. Shouts out to you, Cassandra. Y'all make sure y'all support Cassandra. She had a great live earlier, so y'all subscribe to her channel. I got to put it in the chat. I need to start doing that again. And support Realm in the Bush. She's like, we talk about it. She's out there really doing it. And, I'm BSing right now. So I'm going to talk to you tomorrow, Cassandra. That's for sure. Shouts out to Erica Howard. And Erica, I meant to hit you up today too, because I still want to do that show up talking about the the thing with the medical industry. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm gonna try to reach out to Matron too. Hopefully she can come on there. Yo, my brother Bobby, what's up, my brother? Thanks for coming through. I appreciate you. Real Black Gentleman, what up? Yeah, I appreciate y'all for coming on here. I don't plan on being on here long. I know I keep saying that, but I'm not going to keep doing like 3-4 hour videos. I know that's like too long, but if anybody want to come on here, I'll put the link in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And, I just wanted to show something real quick because, there's a lot of disturbing stuff that I've been seeing. It's just been a lot of questionable stuff. And, at the end of the day, man, I'm like, yo, the children that was born today, like our children that was born today, unless we start doing something right now, they don't have a hope, you know what I'm saying? Because we are mentally messed up, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same conversations over and over. But and before I do that, because last time I tried to do that, they messed up like my presentation, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get to show all of the stuff that I wanted to show. So I'm only going to show one of them. I wanted to touch on that Karl Marx thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be long, but Black people with the Marxism thing, because I want to play this before, anybody. So I give anybody a chance to come on. So I'm not long on this thing here. So, all right. So I'm going to just start here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go in on that. And this was the thing I've been trying to talk about for a minute, Bobby, but you know what I'm saying? They keep interfering. I already showed this dude anyway, but, he was just talking about how he racist. So I'm going to skip that one. But all right, so let me play this, because Black people just love to identify with our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Like everything Black is bad and the white savior complex. You know what I'm saying?
So, for example, in a July 1862 letter to Engels, he wrote, "It is now completely clear to me that he is proved by his cranial formation and his hair, descends from the Negroes of Egypt, assuming that his mother or grandmother were not interbred with a nigger, Now, this union of Judaism and Germanism with a basic Negro substance I can't believe I'm reading this with a straight face, must produce a peculiar product. The obtrusiveness of the fellow is also nigger-like.
Now, I know so a lot of them make a lot of excuses, right? They give him a lot, well, you know, it's not about his personal belief. It's about, you know, and there are a lot of questions with that overall system. And I'm not trying to, and this is what I want to say, you know, because I know a good brother, an economist himself, my brother MD2, you know what I'm saying, who deals with the market every day. He made a good point, you know, saying like capitalism, socialism is still going by somebody else's construct. And I, you know, redefine it like, yo, how do we want to run our own government? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we want to do business? Like, if I start a business, am I the owner? You know what I'm saying? Or does the people own my business? You know, or does the government that we create own my business or the business? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we want to do it? Or is there another way to do it? You know, but like I said, that's a whole nother conversation with the actual terminology and stuff like that. But yo, it rolls off the tongue quite easily, you know what I'm saying? And the Negro substance produces a particular product. And this is what he's saying, why he hates, you know, the shysters. And this is why a lot of them hate the shysters, you know what I'm saying? This is that deep-seated kind of thing. But it goes back to their shysting too. But, you know, and he was supposed to be a Jew, which is kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, they supposed to come from the Negroes, and this is why they are the way they are. But no matter what the system is, guess who's on the bottom of it if you're not creating it? You know what I'm saying? Yo, they overlook it. Oh, well, it's just that's his personal statement. Well, you want to be in his society. It's no different. Like, until we understand that we have no saviors, you know what I'm saying? Nobody's coming to save us. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to overlook it, you know? And they go back to, well, you know, goes back beyond Marx, what they call themselves Marxists, you know what I'm saying? The racist white boy, you know?
Regarding Mexicans and the Mexican-American War, he wrote, "Without violence, nothing is ever accomplished in history. It is a misfortune that magnificent California was seized."
Wait a minute, because y'all think I'm tripping when I say that. But these Marxists, right, these integrationists really is what they are. Did you hear what your boy Mark said?
Without violence, nothing is ever accomplished in history. It is a misfortune that magnificent California was seized from the lazy Mexicans who did not know what to do with it. My God, I can't believe the stereotype.
Did you hear that? And I'm gonna go through this kind of quicker, you know, because I want you to see what was gonna happen in his society, since we want to identify with everybody but ourselves so much. If it play.
For some reason, National Socialism did not work out, just as the Soviet socialism didn't.
In the 19th, 20th centuries, I think that's a very little known fact, and it seems shocking if you mention it. I've lectured on it here and in other universities, and it's always greeted with a sense of shock.
First, why killing is essential. This is Marxist stuff, because I know they don't talk about this part of Marxism, right? And this is what they're saying, because how they got to get the government and establish and take the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
First appeared in January 1849 in Marx's journal Neue Rheinische Zeitung. Engels wrote of how the class war in Marxian terms means that when socialist revolution happens, the class war happens, there will be primitive societies in Europe 2 stages behind, because they're not even capitalist yet. And he had in mind the
not even capitalist yet, right?
Basques and the Bretons and the Scottish Highlanders and the Serbs.
White on white crime, y'all, blah, blah, blah.
He calls them racial trash. Abfälle, racial trash. and they will have to be destroyed because being 2 stages behind in the historical struggle, it will be impossible to bring them up.
Now, he said, so anybody who's 2 stages, now we like 49 stages behind, you know what I'm saying? We don't even realize we haven't adjusted to the old world order. And we said here, oh, well, they're about to make a new world order. Guess what the world order is right now? You know what I'm saying? You better hope it's a new world order. And then you have something to say about that order. You know what I'm saying? But he's saying anyone who's 2 stages behind, because, like, you know, my brother only said, you know, yo, we're still in the Stone Ages pretty much. We're not even in the machine age because we're not making machines to produce the thing. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody, because there is Black countries who are able to make machines, but we're definitely not in no other age past that, you know, the industrial age. Like, I mean, I guess you can say that, but yo, until we start working together, it's hard to do that. But anyway, you know, he's saying that those people got to be wiped out, yo. You know, they wiped out 30 million people. And the irony is, right, now all of those Black people moving to that Marxist state, who do you think he's talking about wiping out? Right? You seen how he said, oh, well, the shysters is no good because they mix with those N-words in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he's very loose with the N-word. Like, who do you think he's going to talk about with this genocide stuff?
To the point of being revolutionary.
He spoke about the vulgarity and dirtiness of Slavic people, you see. And he thinks, for instance, that Poland had Poland has no reason to...
Must perish.
Has no reason to exist.
The classes and the races, too weak to master the new conditions of life.
The classes and the races, too weak to master the nuclear. Because if we want to be Marxists, let's go all the way, right? First, we got to be a class or a race that's mastered the conditions of life. You know what I'm saying? But under Karl Marx, he said they must perish in the revolutionary Holocaust. You know what I'm saying?
Races, too weak to master the new conditions of life, must give way. They must perish in the revolutionary Holocaust. Karl Marx.
Marx began it. He was the ancestor of modern political genocide. And I don't know that any European thinker of the modern period before Marx and Engels ever publicly advocated racial extermination. I can't find anything earlier, so I presume it starts with them.
Well, there's a lot of stuff earlier, right? So, but that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude is sitting there talking about an extermination of the races who hasn't mastered the European psychology yet, you know what I'm saying? And one of their great philosophers, because we know thinking didn't happen until a Greek showed up on the earth, you know what I'm saying? So nobody knew anything, right? But I mean, you know, if we're going to go there, right? I mean, if you're going to be, okay, I'm a Black Marxist now. So this is what he's saying, right? Anybody who's 2 stages behind what I'm on, they probably got to get exterminated, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to go with the white on white crime stuff like the Polish, and I'm not going to do that. We do that enough already. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got that part down pat. You know what I'm saying? But if we're going to go there and be these things, you know what I'm saying? This is what he's talking about. All right, we can't let just anybody into our circle, anybody into our class, and none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't master our game, then, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to be Black Marxists. But all right, let me go past this, John, because I'm not really trying to. So this is my source anyway, a Black person, you know what I'm saying? But I know y'all had to hear it from a white dude. You know,
published in 1979. It was written by a former socialist who kind of wanted to spill the beans after he lost interest in the ideology. So what he did is he kind of went through all of Marx and Engels' letters to each other. And what he found is all these offensive beliefs that were held by Karl Marx and Engels. Chapter 7, page 71, Karl Marx on the Negro. Marx and Engels are customarily depicted as admirers of Abraham Lincoln, resolute foes of chattel slavery, and courageous champions of Negro rights, Negro equality, and Negro freedom.
You know, is that like Abraham Lincoln, right? That's the one. I mean, I might well say, admirers like Thomas Jefferson, who was an abolitionist. What the hell are they talking about?
There is scarcely an iota of truth to this interpretation. Publicly and for political reasons, both Marx and Engels posed as friends of the Negro.
That's all you got to do. Have a white dude walking in the door, smiling in your face, and we just gonna welcome him with open arms. But the other way around, we got to be governed by them, of course, because we too savage to control our own self. You know what I'm saying? So
Posed as friends of the Negro. In private, they were anti-black racists of the most odious sort. They had contempt for the entire Negro race, a contempt they expressed by comparing Negroes to animals, by identifying black people with idiots, and by continuously using the appropriate term again in their private correspondence. Since they wrote to each other in German, this meant inserting the offensive English word instead of using the correct German word. Again,
so they speak German, right? That word doesn't exist in Germany, so they say, right? Well, it exists in another way, but they say like, yo, when it comes to black people, these animals, I'm going to use the American term so they know that I'm calling them the N-word. You know what I'm saying? Instead of even saying that in German, but whatever.
Since neither revolutionary theorists had much interest in the Negro, and still less in the fate of Africa south of the Sahara, the quest for Marx and Engels' true views on the Negro has required a diligent and prolonged search. It has been rewarded, if that is the correct word, by some revealing expressions of gutter race hatred of the lowest sort. Marx wrote Engels on July 30th, 1862, that the Jewish Jürgen Lassalle was fortunately leaving London towards the end of the week for his native Germany, adding, "It is now absolutely clear to me, as both the shape of his head and his hair texture shows, he descends from the Negroes who joined Moses' flight from Egypt. Unless his mother or grandmother on the paternal side hybridized with an Jürgen." Now, the combination of Germanness and Jewishness with a primarily Negro substance necessarily creates a strange product. The pushiness of the fellow is also like. Wait, they never bring this up in the socialist meeting? If you're a little bit confused by what was just happening there, Marx has his own theory about black Egyptians and black Jews. Because apparently he thinks there was some race mixing going on in Egypt when the fucking Jews were making their exodus. So he looks at other Jews.
Race mixing going on in Egypt during the exodus, right? So for whatever that's worth.
And by their appearance, he makes a determination about their purity as a fucking Jew. And of course, this is on the basis of them having the possibility of inferior nigger blood from Africa.
All right. So yeah, man, my fault, man. I had to get that one off, man. I've been trying to do that for him for a minute, man. Yo, I will only go after them if my brother Bobby is in the building. You know what I'm saying? My brother Bobby is a genius. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely the scholar. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be real here. Like, we are so quick to cozy up to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Find reasons to love everybody but our own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get into the main thing, and I'll probably get me in trouble and stuff like that. But I just noticed, like, yo, it's just so much like weakness going on within this right now that I gotta show something that's not weak. You know what I'm saying? And just it's like circular cycles. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff goes in cycles over and over and over, and then once the cycle is complete, it goes into a whole circle. So we start the cycle over again. You know what I'm saying? And I think that we lose when we don't learn our history and learn what we've been, learn what we have done, learn how much we have fought, that we would be easily, you know what I'm saying, quick to submit and put our head down and think that we need some kind of white savior or somebody to come and help us, or that, you know, we would be, you know, thank God for, you know, whatever. But, you know, so I want to show something right now. I'm going to do the opposite, you know, of what I was going to do. And I just want to show, like, you know, like, not all black men or black women or black people is like, you know, cowards and stuff like that. Some people stand up. Some people try to fight back. Some people try to say something, try to do something, or just try to intervene. You know, I heard somebody talking earlier about Bunchy Carter. Bunchy Carter was like, you know, if you can spit, then spit. You know what I'm saying? That's all you can do, then spit. You know what I'm saying? If all you can do is look, then look. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do that. Like, we got to get on it right now. And I know I can't say we gotta or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But one way or another, you're going to have to. So at the end of the day, yo, I want to show, like, you know, it's not all black men. You know, there are some black men, even though this stuff is like few and far in between. Not all of everybody is cowards. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna go to this next part, and hold on, I'm gonna put the link in. Well, I'm gonna go to the next part, and if you want to come on here, the link is already in the chat. All right. Because I know they say we don't stand up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go, like, you know, I'm going to just start with this brother here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because especially with the police, you know, because apparently we're supposed to be like, yes, like, and that's not even a joke anymore. You know what I'm saying? It was funny at first until you see it in real life play out. And you really be like, yes, yes, massa. You know what I'm saying? Just long as you don't hurts me, sir, please, you know. But you don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's not 1800s anymore. You know what I'm saying? And you want to stand up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So.
And allowed her the margin to be able to go and get the kind of tags that was necessary for her vehicle. Yeah, there's no criminal record here. You didn't find anything in the car, but you chose not to use discretion. And that, sir, is the...
Notice he's not breaking no law. He's not being violent or belligerent or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? He just seen a woman being harassed and he came over and said something. At least do something. You know what I'm saying? If all you could do is like pull out a camera, then do that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, to be willing slaves, you know, like, because I know that we think that the slave condition doesn't have any effect. And if you think slavery is fake, just look at us like today. You know, it's still the same thing playing out. You know what I'm saying? Just listen to the slave narratives, you know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing playing out, right? And the fear, and, you know, that's why, you know, I think history is definitely important. You know what I'm saying? Right, they going, like, anyway, it's no matter what we've tried every single tactic except for one. And I wish Raw was here because she knows the exact tactic that works, you know what I'm saying? But we tried them all, and we really think that, you know, allowing somebody to violate you or hurt you and is gonna, you know, is gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? There is nothing you can do, you know what I'm saying? Because we have not created that thing. It's not enough of us willing to stand up, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of like stuff I wanted to play, like a video of this father, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't find it, but he was harassing some white dude was harassing his daughter. This man came out there, confronted the white, like, if you ever say something to my daughter again, I will kill you. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, because not all of us is scared. You know what I'm saying? Even with this brother, he might be going on a diplomatic approach, you know what I'm saying? But at least do some kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Even if you just standing back and record it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what we got to ask at this point.
Reason why black people do not have trust for white police officers in their community, where you do not live and where you do have no sense of commitment to the life and the needs of the people in the community.
Facts, Bobby. We've been trained thoroughly. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us. That's why I want to show, because I know that people is tired of seeing us bow down. Like, yo, like people was teaching their children like in the 50s and 40s and 20s and 30s, like, yo, just put your head down. You know what I'm saying? Like, if white people coming, you know what I'm saying, step off the sidewalk. In the 1800s, like, we would be like, yo, if you got a laugh, put your head in the barrel just so you don't get lynched or nothing. You know how these white folks do. You know what I'm saying? But there were communities that was like, yo, forget all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a free person, especially after they came back from like the wars and stuff and they was armed. Yo, black men patrolled the neighborhoods and they wasn't just cowards. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't just always cowards, you know, and not all of us is cowards today. But a lot of us have been saying some cowardly stuff, you know, but you don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna skip some of this. This whole first part is like, oh, well, she shouldn't have been doing this and she shouldn't have been doing that. You already know the deal.
Monster, chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Monster, chill. Yo.
Now he know he can come in this joint by himself, surrounded by us, and put his hands on her. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of way. And I know people, well, just resist, you know, just cross the street, put your head down, don't look them in the eye, and you know what I'm saying, don't try to run away because, you know what I'm saying, just comply and you won't get whipped, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. But, you know, it's, yo, exactly, Cassandra. But, you know, not, you know, like, I just want you to see how his energy switched up, how it was when he just knew in his head, like, well, these Negroes ain't gonna do nothing. It's been like 600 years. Like, they would have did something by now. But
hey, yo, she ain't even doing shit, dog.
Yo, what are you doing?
You wildin'. Hey, Monster, chill, bro. Chill, bro. Monster, chill, bro. Chill. What's your badge number?
What's wrong with you, man? You better back the fuck up. Some real shit. Oh, this is my baby mother, dog. What? No. What the fuck are you doing, my baby in the car?
now his baby is in the car. Now they'll be like, yo, this dude is tripping. You know what I'm saying? Now look, the baby is in the damn car. Like, don't go in this car, bro. Like, yo, it is what it is. Do not go in this car. My baby's in the car. You already got, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But don't not go in this car if my baby's in the car. You know what I'm saying? Because we already seen them shoot into a car where somebody has a baby, like Philando Castile. All of this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what the fuck are you doing, my baby in the car? Don't touch my car! Don't
wildin',
my fucking car!
Chill out.
Go back on me, like racist bitch! Go back on you, racist bitch!
Calm down. Hey, bro, calm down, though.
What the fuck is wrong with him trying to go in? All the fucking back.
He on camera, guy. We got him. He on camera, guy. We got him. We got him.
No, you stop. You touch him.
We got him.
So I need
Relax.
See now he's talking to her like, yo, why wasn't you doing this in the first place? You know what I'm saying? If this is how policing is supposed to go, right? As soon as you show up, right? Like, see how he's like communicating now. Now he wanna like, hey, what's your name? Like, how are you arresting her? Don't even know her name, dude. Like, yo, what up, Bakari?
Relax. Can I see that?
Now you want to look at my paperwork and insurance? You was just manhandling me a second ago. You know what I'm saying? Until the dude was like, yo, you do not go in this car with my baby in the car. He was like, yo, sir, excuse me, sir, please, if it'd be real nice of you if you don't go in my car because my baby's in the car, sir. Please, he don't say that. No, dude, no, don't go in this car, bro.
Why the fuck would you come here and say my car stolen? No, it's not, you fucking bitch.
Relax.
All right, so they'll be like, yo, this one is ratchet, and this was a terrible example, y'all. So I'll put the link in the chat if y'all want to come on here. And if y'all on here, just say it, because I can't see when I'm sharing the screen. So if you come on here, but like I said, I ain't gonna be on here long. That's why I'm trying to go through it. But I had to show, you know, the opposite of what we've been seeing, what I've been seeing. I had to see it for myself, you know what I'm saying? But all right, you know, they was all ratchet and ghetto, you know what I'm saying? But dude was talking crazy, but you know what I'm saying, was ready to slam her and all of that. But then as soon as they came over here, now he looking at her paperwork, you know what I'm saying? Why didn't he call back up, by the way? But oh yeah, I forgot. We supposed to say yes, sir, and stuff like that. But okay. All right, so yeah, but even if you don't want to get to that level, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure I showed this before. And this is the problem. I got to show things that I've showed before, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not a lot of stuff here. Yo, what up, Number X? They have, I think we have forgotten though. But you know what I'm saying? You know, if you like, this is Styles P here. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know him. This is what people are saying. Like, don't just be like, yo, well, just shut the hell up and comply. Just shut up and dribble. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But, you know, this brother, Styles P, because we talked about police. Well, they are the cops. You know what I'm saying? They are there for our protection. Let's just ignore, like, 600 years of, like, police brutality or whatever. But, okay.
Yo, you're blocking. Hello.
Yo, under arrest.
I'm recording. He's a bitch. I know he is.
No, keep recording.
I'm recording.
Yo, keep recording,
I hope
man.
your camera's on because you did
Yo,
it the last
sister,
time at the
loosen
water.
up. Loosen up.
Please do.
Sister, relax.
Please.
Yo, you's a hoe,
That's a
dog.
girl too, by the
You's
way.
a fucking hoe, man.
That's a girl, by the way.
Yo,
And I got you on camera. I hope you got me on
You's
camera.
a whole bitch. I'm gonna back up. Don't touch me.
I hope you got me on camera.
Yeah, you scared too.
I hope you got this on camera. Yeah, you need to back up. You need to back
Right,
up.
you see how he's like, yo, I can't let you like intimidate me. So he's trying to keep invading his space and back up. Like, nah, bro. Like, yo, I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna go past this point, what I'm saying now, because we in kindergarten, y'all. This is what I'm saying, consider we in kindergarten. We don't even know about any of this stuff. The Deacons of the Fist, you know what I'm saying, the Gorilla Family, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff. You know, we at a stage right now where we like, yo, we best to say yes, sir, massa, you know what I'm saying, so I can get home at night, you know, which is fine, you know. But you know, nothing's gonna change if you never do anything differently, though. You know, that's the problem with it. And if that's the way you want to live, that's fine. But you know what I'm saying, that's the way you're going to live if that's the way that it is, you know. But okay, you know.
Yeah, you need to back up. You need to back up, mister. You need to back up. 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 That's a female. That's a female. Hope your camera's on. That's a female. That's a fucking female. That's a fucking female. You a bitch, nigga. Outside that uniform, you know what you are. Fucking girl, don't come my way. Because if I give you my information, you're going to be acting like, no, don't come my way. Yo, that's a female.
After she's on the floor,
that's a female.
and you're standing over there with your hand around her the whole time.
That's a fucking female.
Like I said, bitch, yeah. Good night, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
They antagonize that girl. They don't antagonize that. That's like
they like beating up girls. Calm the fuck down.
Well, I mean, I know they're gonna be like, this is ghetto too, but this is a famous rapper, you know what I'm saying? He's a business owner and stuff like that, but he had the courage to at least say something. Like, yo, Bunchy Carter said, if you can spit, then spit. If that's all you can do, then do that. You know what I'm saying? If all you can do is throw a paper airplane, throw it in the sign of revolution, you know what I'm saying? Like, in their words, you know.
Calm the fuck down.
Niggas can't even work around here because of y'all niggas. Because of y'all niggas. But I had the license, I told you that. Well, I had it.
So okay, I'm gonna keep going. Now, yeah, this is something else, you know, because I know they said we aren't doing it, so I'm gonna let these brothers in Detroit, you know, and this was from a year ago, you know what I'm saying? Whatever they're affiliated with, they are out there, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let the brothers speak for us. So
you already know what it is, man. We out here in the community, boots on the ground, right now looking for a predator. But we always out here, man. Y'all come out, get involved. We need brothers to stand up, man. Stand up, man up. You feel me? It's like all these brothers out here. We got too many brothers in the city, you know, for us not to have a plethora of guys out here, man. Anytime that something happen to little babies out in the community, man, it just don't make no sense, man. All y'all brothers who be doing all that tough shit at the door, all the security guys who want an extra rub all on you at the door, and you know, dog, bring y'all ass out here, man. As tonight it's gonna be brothers at the door at some club, man, securing for some venue, bro. Y'all got to put that same energy out in the community, bro, for our people, dog. That's real shit, dog. So
keep that same energy. Like Cassandra said earlier, keep that same energy. But that energy is what they call radio. It's not even radioactive because it don't give off anything toxic, but it's like it disintegrates fast when it starts being other groups of people. Like, keep that same energy. They say energy can't be created or destroyed. I'm like, I guess it does change. It turns into from, yo, what N-word to yes, sir, massa.
We just gonna keep that shit going. All the real men, y'all know where we at, man. We stay in the streets, bro. Especially when we talking about the kids, man. Anything that concerns our baby is a predator out here for our babies. We out here. Please believe that, man. And we need brothers to step up. You feel me? All y'all security around the city of Detroit, y'all need to step up. Y'all ain't got to come out here and bust it down with New Air, but why don't y'all as a group together, man? If something happen, y'all go do y'all own thing, man. Hit the street yourself, bro. Because I know y'all got kids. I know y'all got daughters. I know y'all got sons. I know y'all got women that y'all care about in y'all community. Don't wait till somebody in your family before you get actively involved.
Now, this is the thing, right? And it was an interview I was watching, and it had Mike Brown's daughter, I think it was, you know, and I couldn't even watch it, right? And this is the mentality that we have. It's not going to hit you until it hit home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, we need to prevent it. You know, I'm like, yo, we need to stop having casualties because we've had way too many, like, so too already, you know. And a lot of us wait till it get to the door. And the sister was saying, you know, like before that stuff happened with her father, I didn't care about any of this stuff. I was just minding my business. But now even with my father, like, she was like, yo, it's not about justice for Black people. It's just for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want justice for my father, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? It's understandable. But until we have the mentality like, yo, this is for us, you know what I'm saying? This has to stop. Then it's going to continue to keep going. We wait till it hit home, and then we come to each other like, yo, help me with this and help me with that. In reality, even when we come to the community, it's for selfish reasons, you know what I'm saying? And even if you want to be selfish, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, think about it. Your grandkids is going to be here. You know what I'm saying? You don't want the same thing happening. So, yo, you would be willing to do whatever it takes to change it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us wait till whatever happens, you know what I'm saying? And then, right, because we like, whoa, you know, police brutality is not a thing. They can come in and do whatever because they sit here to control us in words, because obviously we'd be savages if it wasn't for slavery, obviously. But, you know, man, that's something else. But like, man, like, and that's to me too, you know what I'm saying? It's controlling like our neighborhoods and stuff like that, you know. Because like, let's be real, like a lot of communities are still segregated today, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want predators or whatever just to come into your neighborhood, but also you don't want to wait until something happens to be unified for 5 minutes. You want to prevent whatever is happening from happening, right? That's what nations do. We the only people that don't, like, China's like, yo, what's the best interest of China? Not the best interest of me. I only care about me, you know what I'm saying? And every group of people do that for themselves, except for us. And we like, yo, what is best for humanity? You know what I'm saying? Love will conquer the day. No, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to do what you have to do.
So come out here, man, get involved, put that work in. You already know what it is. Y'all want to join the movement? We out here all day, every day.
Yo, facts, Bobby. Keep that same energy. Like, yo, when the cop pull up and have both of y'all running off the block that you don't own, you know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy for that other brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the people who controlling the markets to have us in this situation, who built the projects and find out how and why they was built. You know what I'm saying? Keep that energy for where it belongs. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying get rid of the gun. I'm saying stop pointing them inward and point them in the direction that they belong in. You know what I'm saying? And some brothers is out there doing that. So shouts out to these brothers right here.
All this wooded area. All this wooded area. Right next to an old abandoned school. Within literally.
And look at that, in the black community, an old abandoned school, like and community-minded people will be like, yo, let's put our resources together in this community and create. We know we need schools. Like, here's a school. It's a building right here, right? You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you don't have to put work. I'm not, you know, but that's just a suggestion. You know what I'm saying? But
Seconds away from the school that the young queen goes to that way. But it's so much space, man. Like, any kid can be grabbed and took all the way back here. It's just trash, bro. Man, y'all get out here and get involved, fellas. You feel me? Not just for this incident, you know what I mean? Like, we out here for sure looking for a predator today. But shit, man, every single day, stuff going on in this city that go, you know, unspoken about. You know what I mean? We just had one of our queens who just got carjacked. You know, it's just a lot of shit going on in this city, man. We really.
and it's not just outsiders, y'all. Like, that's the thing. Like, yo, like, I know y'all be like, yo, because I'll be like, yo, I'm not hard on the coons, but even those, like, because they still black, those cops, you know what I'm saying? But they should be punished. The only thing is we should be punishing them, not somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That would be my only issue with it. You know what I'm saying? But these groups, and like, because this patrol thing is not new. It's just only new to us in our generation because we lost that. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, we sleep on what happened in the 60s, like the Black Power movement, revolution. Like, they was burning the cities down in 1967. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King was killed in 1968. It wasn't because of Martin Luther King, but they was burning the cities down. You know what I'm saying? And then you have all of this stuff going on from like the 50s and the 60s with the projects being built. And you see them starting to like take your money. And it's my thing that integration was a move by them. But then you also see like the feminist stuff, you know what I'm saying, come into play. And that, and like we saw at the beginning of that video. And then, you know, in the 80s, like the crack epidemic, you know, it became devastating. Like, one of the first for-profit prisons that we know of today was in the 80s, you know what I'm saying? And it became a whole market, you know what I'm saying? And we got away from protecting our communities, you know what I'm saying? But when we did protect our communities, it wasn't just from outside, it was from everybody. If it's a problem, because some people have mental health issues and you have to call for somebody, you know what I'm saying? But you don't want to call people who's going to shoot you right away. You know what I'm saying? You want to get out there and do this stuff for yourself. And that's how you start to build a community from scratch, you know? Yeah, facts, decision. So, man, shouts out to this brother. Okay, so, and it's not just them, because there's not a lot of cop stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because they got us pretty much on some yes, sir stuff. But, yo, I mean, it goes to everybody, too, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yo, just like these Asian shops that we support so much, and I don't necessarily just be like on the women going, because a lot of brothers be like, yo, let me get that shrimp fried rice, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, let me get that dead dog, you know what I'm saying, fried up, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, we support other people's businesses and we find reasons not to support our own, you know what I'm saying? But there's brothers who will stand up, you know what I'm saying, and be like, yo, enough is enough. Because when we really serious, you know, we could be like, yo, you got 24 hours to get this business. You Arab or you whatever, you got 24 hours to get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? And it don't even have to be on some gangster stuff. You be like, yo, we just not letting nobody come in the store. Or you could, you know, like Khalid Muhammad said, Truman told the whatchamacallit they had 24 hours, 48 hours, and then he dropped the bomb on men, women, children, and babies. So, you know, and it's a part of being American, right? We are adults, I guess, right?
Go in there with him. Go in there with him. Go in there with him. Go in there with him.
Step away from the window.
Y'all can step away from the window. Y'all can come up down there. So y'all, I'm getting you a warning.
Step away from the window.
Let y'all know this is the second time I've been here with this shot disrespecting black women. This is over with. Last time, it's gonna happen. Y'all step away from this window, or y'all stay here, continue to support these people that continue to disrespect y'all. When black men stand up for y'all by these clowns disrespecting us, we don't get the support we need from y'all.
I mean, yo, that is another issue. You know what I'm saying? We don't support each other when we do the things that we have to do. You know what I'm saying? We don't support it. Even when somebody stands up or do something, you know what I'm saying? You got to support that, you know? Cassandra talks about the brother all the time with the militia and how black people didn't support it. But we can find a reason every single time, no matter what any kind of brother do. Like, they was just questioning Khalid Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? But sitting here telling us we should have complied for them. Like, they literally agents of the damn state. Like, that's what their job is, to maintain order and to maintain the system. And they're agents, so they're for us. But Khalid Muhammad is an agent, though. I mean, yo, we are sick. But, you know, when we do things that are showing signs of healing and health, we have a whole community of backlash that come with it. But, you know, it is what it is. But, like, sometimes you gotta put people in a position where they gotta make a choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do it in a good way, you know?
Y'all get away from that. Y'all come
Come on out. Y'all need to come on out. You've been warned. We're going to shut it down.
Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Thank you. Hurry up and leave. You see, he didn't take you serious because it's been so many times where we just talk and don't do a damn thing. And I wish I found this movie clip. They was like, it was about Jewish dudes, but it applies to us. They was like, yo, I knew when we was throwing your babies in the ovens, you know what I'm saying, and y'all and the men didn't do nothing about it. That's when we knew we conquered y'all and we had y'all. Right. And they've seen it so much that we don't do nothing but say, well, you know, she shouldn't have been doing this. He shouldn't have been doing that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going to do nothing. Ha ha ha. It's all funny. You know what I'm saying? And the brother like, all right, whatever.
Come on out. Y'all need to come on out. You've been warned. We're going to shut it down.
Thank you.
All right. No problem.
Move.
All right. See that?
Move. I told you to move.
That's not right. Information call police right now.
Come out.
Back it up.
Now, I might get in trouble for what he kind of went light. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Raw, what up? Shouts out to you, Raw. You know what I'm saying? I told him earlier, Raw, like, it's hard for me to give, like, it was hard to, and that's the thing. You got Erica, Cassandra, Raw. It's hard for me to give sisters a pass for being cowards because them sisters is not cowards. Like, I can ask Raw what to do right now, and she can skip all of this, and she knows she just got here and she knows the right answer. Cassandra knows the answer. Erica knows the answer. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? That's why I can't give certain sisters a pass for like the coward stuff either. You know what I'm saying? And this had nothing to do with this video, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's too many real ones to give passes out here. You know what I'm saying?
The brother said he wasn't playing. He's not playing. He said he wasn't playing. He is not playing.
Yo, Raw, for some reason they say they can't see you in the chat. I don't know why. Like, I know why. And I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, if for anybody who come on here, I know some people come on here. There's a reason why. Like, they blacklist my channel but don't delete it. You know what I'm saying? They probably seeing what I'm saying. But, you know, I'm only telling you the same thing George Washington told America. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really say too much. They put him on the mountain. You know what I mean? So.
That's okay. He know. He know. You got another one. Yeah. Take it in.
I got mine. Stop playing.
Now he went super light, but you know what I'm saying?
Y'all gonna keep going. Yep. Come on up out of there.
Back it up, sister.
Again, and I am here.
All right, cool. So, all right. Let me kind of hurry up to go through this joint. If it plays, y'all. Y'all probably can't even see this one. But this white dude at the store was harassing this black woman over here. And this is what this brother decided to do.
I'm gonna kill him.
Huh?
No. Give him good air.
Alright. Damn, we stop. One lick, man.
This shit right there crazy.
One lick, nigga. Shit.
Right. I translate, how dare you disrespect this black woman this way, man? Who do you think you are? You know what I'm saying? He probably said the N-word and all that. You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Yo, Bobby, it's the spookism, bro. We spooked out, and it's hard to say fear is fear in it. It's definitely fear in it. But we've been spooked out from the beginning. I don't understand the spooked out thing, you know what I'm saying? And I try to understand it. But we've been sent here by God to teach all peoples of the earth, despite, you know what I'm saying, what we see in the record and the history, you know what I'm saying, how much that worked out. Like, we got to learn at some point, like, all right, man, like, you know what I'm saying, let's focus on us, you know what I'm saying, and do the stuff what we got to do. But it's spooked out, bro. Like, it's real spooked out, you know what I'm saying?
Who did a girl?
Somebody else came up there.
One lick, man.
This shit right there
Try to get
crazy.
back
One
up,
lick,
dog.
nigga. Shit. Who did a girl?
See, now I'm gonna get in trouble, right? Because now this is a black person. Now the white dude should have complied, right? He should have just complied with that's what I'm gonna say. He should have just complied, right? But he wanted to get back up. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened when you don't comply, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Or that only work one way?
You know that bitch out too? That's a white girl,
dude, man.
Huh?
That's the same dude.
One back, cuz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. Well, it's cool for this one because they might take this one off. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. They might take this one off, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen it. So yeah, this is another brother. You know what I'm saying here because I'm trying to show all that I can. I don't care if some of these old. It's hard to come by or whatever. We just got to start seeing something positive too. You know what I'm saying? And it's just showing hesitating. And that's what I'm saying, yo. My speakers, they play out. I really think they like be listening. Like it played music out of my speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's real, real low. No matter how much I turn them up or turn them down, it's always the same volume. And it's like some AM radio stuff. It's like sometimes it's like church stuff, like the white church stuff. Sometimes it's like opera music. You know, it was like Christmas music. Like it's like crazy. I don't know what it is. But all right, hold on, y'all, because this is it's not playing. So give me a second. Of course, they're gonna try to make it hard just because I said that. All right.
We telling you you're not gonna disrespect another black female out here. Now you saying bless you. You just said she gonna get what she want, right? And we told you you're not gonna disrespect her.
That's not what I said.
What you said?
I said she disrespected me. She got what she did.
And we told you you're not gonna disrespect her furthermore.
I ain't disrespected nobody, bro.
Disrespect her again. What happened? What did he say to you, sis? What did he say?
Now, I guess I should have called this one "Keep That Same Energy." You know what I'm saying? Because that energy changes when you step up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But our energy changes. That's the problem. Like keep that same energy.
You said, we telling you you're not gonna disrespect another black female out here. Now you saying bless you. You just said she gonna get what she want, right? And we told you you're not gonna disrespect her.
That's not what I said.
What you said?
I said she disrespected me. She got what she did.
And we told you you're not gonna disrespect her furthermore.
I ain't disrespected nobody, bro.
Disrespect her again. What happened? What did he say to you, sis? What he said to you? I'll fuck him up right now. I don't have to, but I want him to know that you don't disrespect my sister.
No, let's teach you. You don't.
Now, see, that's the thing here. See, Bobby, she's like, let's teach them. Now, you don't have to teach these people anything. Well, I'm sorry, Rod. We don't have to teach them anything, right? See, we like, it's okay. I get it, but I'm not teaching them anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, Once she was like, yo, once he said, yo, do you want me to mess him up to teach him a lesson? She was like, well, no, don't do this. You know what I'm saying? This is ultimately what black people is. We like that movie Get Out. We are the ending of Get Out, when he could have choked her and then he let her go. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we are. You know what I'm saying? In life, you could have her right there, but you always let her go. You know what I'm saying?
You don't disrespect my sister.
No, let's teach you. You don't need, when you feel the energy of unwantedness is enough, we see you and then you continue going. You don't need to enforce.
You don't ever in your life
Yeah, Bobby, that's gonna be crazy. I be like if I turn my speakers off, you don't hear it, but it don't matter if I turn it as low as I can or as high as I can. It's the same volume. Like sometimes, like, well, it's all good. I hope they are listening, but I don't know if that's what it is. At first, I thought it was something on my computer, but it's not. I don't know what it is, but yeah. 6,000 years of teaching. That's the problem. 6,000 years of teaching. The Greeks showed up. Well, let's show them everything that we know, and then now we be like, oh well, thinking didn't start until Greek philosopher in 332 said, space is far away, you know what I'm saying? And then he made it a math equation, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they do it. They make things complicated. But no, we've also always been teaching them because, knowledge and wisdom, God, we must go forth and spread knowledge to the other peoples of the world, you know what I'm saying? And look how much it worked out for us.
You let it go.
That's more than my mother, bro.
And she beautiful.
I don't give a fuck.
Right. And she beautiful.
What you say to her is that what you say to her is what everybody else says.
Say she beautiful.
She is beautiful.
Say you are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
All right, that's it.
Now keep it pushing.
Now don't say nothing else.
I told her she looked like
Don't
one of
say
the
nothing
models.
else.
I love you.
That's it.
I love you. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Where's my mama?
All right. So y'all hold on 1 second, y'all. All right. Yeah, and it's a mental illness on our behalf. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a mental illness on our behalf that we still do this thing. You know what I'm saying? That we still have the same mindset. So I know y'all remember this video. I had to play this one because, it don't matter what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you step in to help, especially a pregnant woman. But when you see your sister out there getting harassed or your brother or whatever, you don't have to do anything physically, but we saw a range of people. A brother tried to step in and speak eloquently, you know what I'm saying, speak the King's English properly. A brother, got loud with them. Styles P, went over there, told the sister, relax, but also got in the dude's face. You can just, if all you can do is spit, then just spit. You know what I'm saying?
This girl big and pregnant.
Now, see, that same energy is not, well, he tried to keep the same energy.
He's talking about, or what? I would have decked his ass.
Did I threaten you? I did not threaten you. I said you were a dummy and she could fix your driver and get out of my face. Get out of my face.
Walking up on this lady like that. Is she walking up on you?
Exactly.
You need to back the fuck up. You heard what the fuck I said?
All right, hold on. All right, you need to back up, son.
I said you fuck up. You heard what the fuck I said? I said you need to back the fuck up. That's a woman. You're and you's a motherfucking man. Now what you gonna do? Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on.
Oh, snap. Did he just pull his tone out? Did he pull his strap out? And did he pull the strap out? Well, because you must be able to protect yourselves, right? We are Americans, right? We ADOS, right? So you can have your tones, right? You got your firearms.
Go the fuck off. Go the fuck off. Go the fuck off. Put that gun away. Fuck you. Put that gun away, motherfucker. Go ahead. Go ahead. You just threatened me away. You just threatened me, motherfucker.
He did just threaten him. I saw it. He just threatened him. He wasn't complying. The white dude was not complying at all, right? He was not complying. And the brother feared for his life. I would have reacted the same way. I want to go home. You know what I'm saying? I want to go home.
Fuck you. Go to the store. Away. You're not a man. You ain't a man. Use the gun. I ain't used shit yet.
He said, "You're not a man for using a gun." Okay. So, but if I say that, oh, never mind. As a white dude saying it to a black man, so it's different.
Right, put your motherfucking hands on me. I don't give a fuck who you call. You did this. You're the one that's aggressive to everybody. I don't care who you call. Call the cops. Call the cops. Yes,
And I'm gonna record all of it because I'm here for it.
That's right. I'm a pregnant woman. You got her all in her face. We got this lady filming.
Now his energy is what's that? Vanishing. You know what I'm saying? You know the word is vanishing. It's leaving. Damn it.
We got this lady filming. Just walk away. He's got a gun, ma'am.
I've been recording every second, sir, since you got out the car.
Do your business. Get the fuck one out of here.
Now, I would not turn my back on somebody like that, though. That's the thing. I would not turn my back. So, just keep that in mind. Do not turn your back on anybody who, especially when they're threatening your life this way. And I fear for my life. Do not turn your back, though. You know what I'm saying? I know he's trying to shield the sister, but you turn your front. You know what I'm saying? And if he make a violent thing, I want it's a pregnant woman in the vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So if he makes any kind of action, I fear for my life, a life of an unborn child, of a pregnant woman. So, I just wanted to turn my back.
Yes, I am.
You were about to hit a pregnant woman. I have it here on camera.
I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. I tell you what. I will break your motherfucking face.
But now that he puts the gun up, you know what I'm saying? We also have this skill available, but we think that's the end of it.
That's what I said.
Ooh. Let me get my shit.
What? That's what I said.
Ooh.
What did he say?
Yeah. I tell you what. I will break your motherfucking face. What? That's what I said.
Ooh. Let me get my
shit. Put your
shit.
hands on. Go ahead. Put your hands on. Put your hands on. You got a gun. What? That's right. Oh, what?
Right, you can't reason or have logic, with a psychopath, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not about reason or logic. It's about domination and control. Like, you want the world's resources, and you should want the world's resources to be able to protect yourself, because we need the stuff to grow food and also to make other things, It does make it different, Bakari, it does, you know what I'm saying? And he probably wouldn't be saying that. He probably can't get to his, but, that's his problem. You see that energy is not the same, Cassandra. Keep that same energy, right? But it's not the same, is it? When not just any black man, a black man that ain't like, yo, excuse me, sir, please. And then trying to be like, sister, you know what I'm saying? Stop talking back, be quiet. Just do what this white man said, and maybe we could be all right, He can keep the same energy with that kind of brother. But a brother that's not afraid to say something back, that's the different kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of us would be like, yo, sir, master, sir, please, the sister don't know no better. What did you do to piss this white man off? Because I know it's your fault, black woman, because it's always our fault somehow. That's the problem with a lot of us. But I'm sorry, I got to show this ones because this is what we're talking about.
You jumping on a pregnant woman! A gun at somebody is I ain't been pointing at nobody. You's a lying motherfucker. I got it on film. Go ahead. You motherfucker. That's right.
Man, they took it out. I didn't know they took it out. That was the best part.
I ain't been pointing at nobody. You's a lying motherfucker. I got it on film. Go ahead. You motherfucker. That's right. You motherfucker. Do it again. Do it again.
He had the gun on the hip and he hit him, right? I fear for my life. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the fists work just as well, which is why they use gunpowder.
I'd like to kill you, you motherfucker. Come on. You don't hit people. You don't try to hit me.
Did he say, I'm going to kill you? Did this white dude say, I'm going to kill you? That's what it sounded like.
What's wrong with you?
What? He don't know a check that his ass could not cash.
Now, there's a huge check on the table, right? And we will see if their ass could cash it, right? But right now, we are definitely taking credit, right? They don't got nothing back in their money, right? But we definitely taking credit, right? But let's ever see if we call them on this check, right? If their ass can cash said check, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, this is important, man. I wish I can't blow it up, yo. But let me play this anyway, though. This is a brother teaching his daughter. And there was a lot of people mad about this, right? But I don't know why. But I wish I could blow it up to make it bigger, but I can't on there. So, but whatever.
What kind of round are you in?
22.
What kind of round are you in now?
380.
What kind of round are you in?
380.
What kind of round are you in now?
45.
What kind of round are you in now?
22.
Miss Grace, if you want to give jobs to our family and friends, what is that called?
Nepotism.
If you have a bunch of friends who don't do shit, are they an asset or a liability?
A liability.
How many people on the registered sex offender list?
750,000.
Daddy taught you that you were a goddess, so you can never be anybody's what?
Bitch or hoe.
Remove your blindfold. Who is Huey P. Newton?
An African political activist, a revolutionary who belongs.
Yo, did she just load a AK-47 blindfolded? Can you do that? Or whatever she got, you know, she can. Can you load or I think she did multiple guns blindfolded, by the way.
Miss Grace, if you want to give jobs to our family and friends, what is that called?
Nepotism.
If you have a bunch of friends who don't do shit, are they an asset or a liability?
A liability.
How many people on the registered sex offender list?
750,000.
Daddy taught you that you were a goddess, so you can never be anybody's what?
Bitch or hoe.
While answering questions.
Remove your blindfold. Who is
while answering questions?
Huey P. Newton?
An African political activist, a revolutionary who belonged to Bob Seale, co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966.
Who's coming to save you?
Nobody. I have to save myself.
And if I die today, then what's your job?
To pick up where you left off and take care of my siblings.
Ain't that something? I gotta play this one more time, y'all. Did you hear the ending? Let me play the ending real quick. I'm gonna let it play again.
Bob Seale co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966.
Who's coming to save you?
Nobody.
These grown men don't even know that. You know that? It's grown men that don't know somebody ain't coming to save them and the sky ain't about to crack.
Save myself.
And if I die today, then what's your job?
To pick up where you left off and take care of my siblings.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it one more time. I ain't gonna stop it because I respect this.
Miss Grace, what kind of round are you in?
22.
What kind of round are you in now?
380.
What kind of round are you in?
380.
What kind of round are you in now?
45.
What kind of round are you in now?
22.
Miss Grace, if you want to give jobs to our family and friends, what is that called?
Nepotism.
If you have a bunch of friends who don't do shit, are they an asset or a liability?
A liability.
How many people on the registered sex offender list?
Yo, my bad. I'm sorry, y'all, but this is crazy. Blindfolded, multiple guns while answering questions, like different kinds of questions, right? I wonder how many grown people can pass this test right here.
22.
Miss Grace, if you want to give jobs to our family and friends, what is that called?
Nepotism.
If you have a bunch of friends who don't do shit, are they an asset or a liability?
A liability.
How many people on the registered sex offender list?
750,000. opposite.
Daddy taught you that you were a goddess, so you can never be anybody's what?
Bitch or hoe.
Remove your blindfold. Who is Huey P. Newton?
An African political activist, a revolutionary who belonged to Bobby Seale, co-founded the Black Panther Party in 1966.
Who's coming to save you?
Nobody. I have to save myself.
And if I die today, then what's your job?
To pick up where you left off and take care of my siblings.
Good job.
All right, facts, man. Yo, shouts out to this. Shouts out to this. All right, so this is the last thing I want to play, and this is just to make them mad. You know what I'm saying? And to give shots out because it has been a while since I even said it. You know what I'm saying? The last person who has addressed the issue. You know what I'm saying? In a real way. You know what I'm saying? So.
In the investigation now zeroing in on that one suspect. We know his name is Mike.
I'm gonna send it to you, Cassandra. I'm gonna email it to you, or just send it to you.
Micah Johnson, a 25-year-old former Army reservist with military skills and no criminal record, and who we learned there told police negotiators he wanted to kill white people, especially white officers. ABC senior justice correspondent Pierre Thomas on the chilling motive.
This is the deadly sniper, Micah Xavier Johnson, a former military man who was apparently harboring deep racial hatred, especially against white police officers.
He was upset about Black Lives Matter. He said he was upset.
Always that police chief, ain't it? Right?
About the recent police shootings.
Johnson's Facebook page reveals some of that rage against police. He liked a page which said, "Kill everything blue that moves." Police say Johnson embraced a radical form of Afrocentrism. And law enforcement sources tell ABC News he was armed for his shooting spree with an assault rifle and 2 handguns. Johnson served in the Army Reserve from 2009 to 2015, doing a tour in Afghanistan. Today, when police searched Johnson's home in Mesquite, Texas, they say they found bomb-making materials, ballistic vests, rifles, and a personal journal for combat tactics.
This guy lived around the corner from me and was willing to take people's lives that he didn't even know. You know, it's scary.
But
Sister, what is you talking about? They took somebody like that they didn't even know every single day. You know what I'm saying? He lived around the corner from you, and it's scary. Isn't the scary thing, like, you know what I'm saying? You could be like in a grocery store, somebody follow you. You be like, hey, don't follow me. Then they argue with you. And then they be like, I'm calling the police. The police show up. You be like, oh, you were still in the wall. I got to search you. You be like, oh, don't search me. Well, now you should have just complied and all of this. I mean, I think other things are scarier than this for me.
And was willing to take people's lives that he didn't even know. You know, it's scary.
But Johnson's sister took to Facebook today to defend her brother, writing, "The news will say what they think, but those who knew him know this wasn't like him." Police initially believed there were 2 gunmen and they detained 3 suspects. But tonight, law enforcement sources tell us they now think Johnson was the lone gunman.
And Pierre Thomas with us live tonight. And Pierre, again, no criminal history here for that suspect. So what are your sources telling you at this hour that they're looking at?
No criminal history. He's described as a loner, but tonight the FBI is looking at his background to make sure he acted alone.
To make sure of it, right? Like he gonna leave that kind of evidence that they wouldn't know who working with him, right? But anyway, yeah, not rage. You balance the scales. It's justice. Well, you know, justice is what justice is. You know what I'm saying? Yup, facts, Bobby. That's the way Black families need to be. You know, everybody in the family, and when I say this, people take it the wrong way. Like, you have to be almost, like, not even almost, but willing to sacrifice your children. And that don't mean like throwing them in a volcano or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it does mean that if you are out there, that you could possibly put yourself in danger. So you have to train your children to be able to respond to certain kind of situations. And I use like people like Medgar Evers to, you know, like, and how they train their children. Him and his wife trained their children just in case that he would get took out. And obviously, you know, he did, but their family was prepared. And people like Ida B. Wells said, you know, there's a special place for a rifle in every Black home, you know. But like, even doing the civil rights thing, they sacrificed, the integration and sacrificed their children, right? They sent a 6-year-old kid to a school alone to be faced with, you know, grown white people spitting on them, especially white bitches, spitting on them. They sacrificed their children, right? Yo, Michael Johnson Day, yo. And I just had to bring it out for to make them mad. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we not going to talk about, like, and the thing is, we've always fought against brutality. And I know they're not going to come on here for this one. And I'm not going to stay on here long because I'm about to do something that's going to get me in trouble. So if you want to come on here, you can come on here. But yeah, man. So I had to put that in there for him because, like, yo, there are people, there are brothers who have done things. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Bakari, how you feel about that dude who went through that parade? I forget who his name was, Bakari, but how you feel about that dude who ran through that parade? But no, like, when we understand who we are, we will be able to protect our communities and do all the things that's necessary to protect our communities. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very important. You know what I'm saying? So while I give y'all a chance to come on here, if y'all want to say something, I want to show, yeah, he's a hero. All right. All right, hold on. Let me do it this way. All right, so I'm just showing this part because I think education is important too, y'all. So let me show you this. Yeah, yeah. On the same day as Medgar Evers. Yo, and you know what's crazy? I was born on the same day as Nat Turner. I think Nat Turner was born October 6th, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in Virginia, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm Nat Turner, of course, you know what I'm saying? Because mine is going to go differently, you know what I'm saying? Because it's something different here, you know what I'm saying? We upgrading our technology. But yo, speaking of education, you know what I'm saying? Because I did have to show Black men standing up because I seen too much weakness, you know what I'm saying? But not all of us are weak. But I'm not gonna lie, like, these videos are hard and few and far to come in between. And you know how much people get mad at Michael Johnson, you know what I'm saying? So, but if y'all got something to say on that, I'm gonna just show y'all something else, you know what I'm saying? Because I think it's important to not only get them involved in like history, but also other elements, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not as good in, like, you know, stuff like physics, you know what I'm saying? Because I need a translator. Like, Europeans mess everything up, you know what I'm saying? But chemistry is important for everything, you know what I'm saying? But using household chemicals. So y'all probably not going to want to come on here after I show some of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? But whatever.
3, 2, 1.
Today we're at the Middlesex County Prosecutors Training Academy. We have a host of chemicals that which you would see in a.
I want you to see this because chemistry is like fun. Like, if you get like a good teacher and like, yo, they teach it the right way, you know what I'm saying? You could do kind of like experiments with your children and get them. Like, because listen, they have stuff like, you know, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about like the Manhattan Project and all of that. But like, yo, they're physicists and they're scientists. Like, I'm talking about putting satellites in space so that we can control our own radio waves and television waves and create our own stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the stuff they're saying is not that, you know what I'm saying, complicated. It's just that they have the material, which actually they got the material. Not only they got the money from, like, you know, enslaving and murdering us, but they take this material from the land to use it. And then they use it against us, you know what I'm saying? But there are things that you can do today, you know what I'm saying, to be able to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what can happen in the world, you know what I'm saying? If there might be like some kind of global catastrophe. We always talk about having food and like water and stuff like that. And I know a lot of us, and I know I'm not prepared like I want to be, you know, I wish I had a bunker or something like that. But also you need to find ways to protect yourself with things that you can find around you too, right? So, you know, you can look at it this way. So
hardware store or in a supermarket. It's a force multiplier for us to have the general public.
Oh, for real, Cassandra, that's what's up.
Educated as to items that are utilized by terrorists or evil actors to inflict harm. Today what we're hoping to do is to demonstrate
the FBI got like hand in like killing many of our leaders, and they talk about somebody else as a terrorist. You know what I'm saying? And all we ever wanted to do is love everybody. Ain't that something?
Physically, visually, that individuals can see what happens when these chemicals are combined, and they can get an idea of here's what the FBI is looking for. It's readily available. It's somewhat inexpensive, and it's destructive. That's a bad combination. And that's why we need a force multiplier. We need as many eyes out there as we possibly can to be looking out for individuals seeking to put.
All right, so I want you to see this too, though. This is flammable household powders, and like it's stuff that you wouldn't even know about. And I'm gonna skip through some of this stuff. It's just interesting. Just so that kids will be interested in trying to find out. So like as when these things are together, what I'm saying, there's not enough oxygen for them to be like flammable, but it only takes 2 grams in the air, while with oxygen involved, you got to know combustible, whatever. But like, look, this is some of the stuff that happens when you just mix fire with stuff, with coffee. It's interesting. Just in case you ever in a jam or something, like, you could straight be like you in a movie or something, pepper and how it reacts with like fire and stuff. All right, so flour. All right, so that's just some of the things. I'm gonna keep going, but also like household cleaning products. Oh no, it's the same thing. So I'm gonna skip this one. It's just, let me see. All right, so yeah, they're definitely gonna probably take this one off. But this is interesting. What happens when you mix brake fluid with chlorine and stuff? So
now, to get the chemicals we need for our experiment today, I made 2 quick pit stops. The first one was to a pool supply store to pick some of this fast-dissolving shock treatment for swimming pools. And the second stop was to the auto parts store to pick up some .3 brake fluid. I'm reading the warning label, and funny enough, it doesn't say anywhere on here that you can't mix with pool chlorine. Does that mean we can't? Well, let me show you what happens if you do. You might have noticed on the bag of pool shock chlorine, it contains 73%. You might even feel it starting to sting your nostrils. Then we're going to give it a little shake, set it down on the top of this brick and start a timer, and then get very, very far away for about 2 minutes. Now, once these 2 chemicals mix together, it doesn't really look like anything's happening. It's just sitting there. There's no smoke. There's no steam. It just sits there doing nothing. And we're over 1 minute and 20 seconds now, and nothing has really changed. But watch this. Bangarang, baby. Did you see that?
So he put it.
Sat there for about. There's a mixture of glycol. But I think that's just because of the oil sinking down.
So they put it in the bottle. Which is, when you get a lot of stuff and you put it in a bottle, it makes it more of it. You know what I'm saying? So the effect is different.
Here's 1 minute. Whoa! Woo! Wow! Oh my goodness. Holy heck. Okay, so what was really interesting about that, it was still only about 1 minute and 30 seconds, the same as our other reaction, but the difference is the flame shot out like rocket fuel. The color of the flame itself was like a deep red or a magenta, and it shot up ridiculously high. I mean, it almost looked like a rocket engine turned upside down. Not quite as much power, of course, but very, very satisfying. And it was...
Yeah, well, it depends on what you use this kind of stuff for. But, Okay.
And we got black powder right here. How come with this right here have to be stored in an explosive?
Yeah, I know y'all probably not gonna have much to say about this part, but you know, it's whatever.
This is magazine, but this right here, if you don't have an explosives license, you can literally put it right next to your stove.
Video is brought to you by
At Ordnance Lab. Now, normally we like to show y'all a bunch of videos of things blowing up and whatnot, but this right here is going to be a video that kind of as a result of a lot of the questions and some of the dumber comments about, hey, that's illegal, y'all are going to jail. What we're going to do here is we're going to answer some of the questions about, hey, how do we actually go about doing this without going to jail? Now, a couple of disclaimers. We're definitely not going to give y'all the secret sauce for how to do stuff. I have like zero marketable skills aside from knowing how to build bombs without going to jail. So if y'all want to hire us to go do expert witness or consultant for the right amount of money, we're happy to teach you all the magic that we know, but we're not going to give that to y'all for free. Man's got to make a living. Also want to make sure none of this stuff is legal advice.
Well, yeah, it's all about like chemistry. So whatever, forget this dude's business.
It's smart to do, and explosives definitely have Darwinian consequences. So don't go out there and mix up 3 pounds of tannerite and put it in a lawnmower and shoot it like 25 meters away. What we're going to talk about is going to be the laws that govern what we do, and we're also going to talk about some of the practical aspects of how we go about making sure that we don't go to jail with what we're doing. And then we'll also give y'all an update on some of the things that we have coming up here with some of our sister operations at Ordnance Lab. So, looking at the regulations, the 3 main ones that we have to deal with are going to be the National Firearms Act, the Organized Crime Control Act of 1970, and finally the International Traffic in Arms Regulations. The first one we're going to talk about is going to be the National Firearms Act. Most people are familiar with the National Firearms Act. It came into force in 1934 when they started regulating machine guns, short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, suppressors, and any other weapons. And destructive devices were actually something that was added later on. I believe in the Gun Control Act of 1968 was whenever destructive devices became a thing. Obviously, what we do primarily here is with destructive devices. Now, what the ATF considers to be a destructive device is going to be either a large bore firearm that's over 50 caliber, that's not a shotgun. Basically, the way that works is that if ATF thinks a shotgun is not a sporting shotgun, such as it happened with the Striker 12 and with the Street Sweeper, ATF said that, hey, these right here are no longer have that sporting exemption as a destructive device, and they became destructive devices. But things like a grenade launcher and whatnot, mortars, artillery pieces, that's all a large bore destructive device. The other part is explosive destructive devices that we have like right here as a hand grenade. Now, one of the things that's important to remember is that they're controlled as both explosives and as destructive devices. This particular grenade has not been activated with explosives, but it's still registered as a destructive device with the ATF. And what we had to do before we had our licensed location here at where we actually make our videos, is we had to manufacture all of the weapons that we made as firearms at our licensed location back in Houston. So what happened is that we had to register the weapons in Houston, and then we had to transport them here to our filming location, where then we manufactured them into explosives and used them. And it was a real pain to do that, but the licensing that we have is very expensive, $1,000 for one of those weapons in Houston when they were manufactured, bring them here to use. It requires you to register it and make them and immediately use them, because ATF only requires you to register it after the next business day. So if you take something like this right here as a hand grenade and we go out there and it's not registered, we go and make it and expend it the same day, there's no requirement for any paperwork because you can't register something that doesn't exist. So
he said, if you make some kind of thing, right, you have to register it by the next day, because if you do it the same day, then you know what I'm saying, how can you register something that doesn't exist, right? So
being able to do it out here at our filming location has made our compliance so much easier. The ATF is happy that we don't have to register stuff that we'd register it on like Friday, take it out here, blow it up on Sunday, and then on Monday, before they'd even completed the registration paperwork, we were already submitting stuff into ATF to be like, hey, so we can go out there and make 1,000 explosive destructive devices, 1,000 machine guns or whatever, and we don't have to pay a per item fee. We just have to file notice with ATF that if we were to register something that we were going to keep, something we weren't going to blow up right away, we just have to file a Form 2 with the ATF, and let them know that, hey, we've made this item. They'll give us paperwork back. And then what happens at the end of it, whenever it's been destroyed, for who is willing to
buy or refinance.
All right, so I'll spare y'all the rest of that. You know what I'm saying? That's my own personal thing. But I will say this though, you know what I'm saying? Once you get to the point where you're supposed to be, none of that will matter, you know what I'm saying? But you know, it's circular reasoning, you know what I'm saying? My point is though, you know, I wanted us to see that, you know, not all of us are cowards, even though some of us are, you know what I'm saying? And it's true. And some of us think that we can be like them and get away with it, but we cannot, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just important to realize, you know, at the end of the day, we are all we got. And once we realize that, you know, nobody is going to come and save us, right? Once we realize that you have to do what you have to do, and if you keep banging your head against the wall, it's going to be the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Once we realize that, then, you know, we'll be a lot less scared, you know what I'm saying? But right now, like my brother Bobby said, we are definitely really, really spooked out, you know what I'm saying? But I appreciate all of y'all because y'all keep it real, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is, man. But I appreciate all of y'all for coming on here, though. So shouts out to Cassandra. And y'all follow Cassandra. Let me try to put her thing in the chat before I go. Cassandra had a great live earlier, and y'all definitely need to check her out because she has Realm in the Bush, and she's actually trying to put together programs to help Black children. You know what I'm saying? She's doing what a lot of people talk about, but she's actually doing it, you know, putting in the work. So y'all definitely support her and everything that she's doing because, you know, what she's saying and what she's doing is the truth, you know. So let me put the video that she just did in the chat. So y'all go over there and y'all hit her up. I know we still ain't got it. We still ain't got it. We still scared. You know what I'm saying? That's Cassandra channel right there in the chat. So y'all subscribe to that and y'all support her. And if y'all know any business or, you know, whatever that can use apprentices and stuff like that, or like, you know, any kind of job that can help young Black children and get them working, and hopefully that can pay them, you know, we definitely want to do this, you know. And I also want to say to y'all, you know, like with the water cart, that's not going to work out. You know, I'm thinking about like, giving all of that stuff to like an established Black school, you know what I'm saying? Like do my research on the proper thing, or like, you know, whatever they may need for a Black school, whatever it may be, you know. So we'll see what we'll do with that. So everybody who like contributed, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all let me know what's up. I'm trying to email everybody, but everybody's just like, it's whatever. But yes, on the job training, you know what I'm saying? So yes, absolutely. So y'all make sure y'all get with Cassandra, because what she's doing is something that we say we need to do, but we don't do it. And Cassandra, I see her out there doing all the stuff that we say we need to do. So I gotta shout her out. And shouts out to all of y'all. Shouts out to, you know, Bobby, to Raw. Raw is the rawest. Raw is the realest. Shouts out to Bobby. Shouts out to Raw. My brother Bakari, Real Black Gentleman, Namr X, Erica. I know my brother Bawana ain't come in here today, but you know, I won't say what I was gonna say. I'll wait till I see them, you know. But man, we gotta stop acting so weak, man, at the end of the day, man. Because if we don't change, then nothing will ever change. It's gonna be the same thing over and over and over again. And at the end of the day, we are all we got, you know. So as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we gonna keep falling for anything.